How what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this impressive vid. It's titled "Did Tyler Perry Seduce Christian Keys?" Jonathan Majors guilty verdict. Oop. Will Megan Good dump him? Let's get into the tea. Let's just hop into it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive Channel. The actor Christian Keys has gotten a lot of reactions after he dropped a bombshell that he was harassed by two powerful billionaires and he was groped by a female actress. And a lot of people were suspecting that one of the billionaires who harassed him was Tyler Perry. Christian has worked with Tyler, and currently his show All the Queen's Men is under Tyler Perry Studios. But Christian liked an interesting tweet that is now making people believe that it might not be Tyler Perry. And I'm going to show y'all the tweet, but before I do, I first want to thank Morgan and Morgan for sponsoring
Y'all go support.
the video. I did actually do a whole video about Christian calling out the creeps in Hollywood, and I did a comprehensive breakdown of the video. He talked about how this one billionaire who he considered his mentor offered him $100,000 to strip, and he claimed that the same guy tried to push up on him while he was drunk, and he even grabbed his private area twice against his will, and he was very distraught about it because he wanted to knock him out, but he had to restrain himself because he was working with this person, and also this person is very powerful, so he knew that if he did try to do something, he probably would get blackballed. And Christian dropped a lot of hints. He said that this person has a very recognizable voice. He also says he has recordings of this person making inappropriate comments towards him, and he also has recordings of this person admitting to having male actors on his payroll to give him some freak-off sessions, allegedly. So basically, this person was abusing his power, and Christian didn't say who it was, but a lot of people assumed that it might be Tyler Perry. Now, Christian did like an interesting tweet that kind of led some people to believe that, okay, maybe he wasn't talking about Tyler. This tweet said, watching Christian Keys and I could tell he's clearly a victim. Only 3 grand to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP, Tyler Perry. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. So this is what Christian liked. And obviously when people see somebody like a tweet, they automatically believe that they're in agreement with everything the poster says. And this
So why'd you insinuate that it was Tyler? Like, I feel like most things he said pointed to it being Tyler Perry.
said, and no, I don't think it's TP.
He even said something about a documentary. The documentary just dropped on Tyler, and he's like, no, I ain't watched that documentary. So what billionaire got a documentary that just recently came out? And it ain't that many goddamn billionaires. So what black billionaire that got a documentary that just came out and that has hired a lot of black people? Who else is it?
Maybe it's not TP. But even if it was, Christian Keys is not going to mention Tyler Perry by name because he actually still has business dealings with him. He has a show called All the Queen's Men that is under Tyler Perry's studio. So Christian is not going to say it's Tyler, even if we believe it is. You know what I mean? A lot of people have speculations, and there's been a lot of rumors about Tyler. I'm not going to lie to you. However, I will say this. Christian Keys never mentioned any names. So it's not fair to assume that one of the billionaires is Tyler Perry. Even though he put some hints out there, it's not fair to make that assumption about Tyler Perry. Now, Christian did say that he was tried by another billionaire, a black billionaire.
This is why I laughed a few minutes ago, though. And I just got to say something now because she just made that goddamn comment. But I laughed when I saw her show her little thumbnail because, girl, you the one who put Tyler Perry in the goddamn thumbnail. Okay, so you were basically insinuating as well that it was Tyler, and now you're like, oh, it's not fair. It's not fair to just assume that it's Tyler. Girl, you also assumed, and as you was talking about this whole situation, you got Christian on the left and a big ass picture of Tyler on the right in the last video. So, girl, we always assuming. I mean, that's what people usually do. When you up here spilling tea but not giving names, of course people are going to draw their own conclusions. I feel like it's kind of irresponsible of him to let that lie fester, though, if, I don't say lie, but let that assumption fester if it's not Tyler Perry. That's kind of weird. I mean, especially if all signs were pointing to it being Tyler, why wouldn't you come out and be like, it's not Tyler, I work with him, that's not who I'm talking about?
And this billionaire tried to come on to him as well. And Christian hinted that this guy acts like he's for the community and he makes all of these donations to all of these HBCUs. And what was interesting is Christian's friend, Claudia Jordan, hinted that one of the men, one of the powerful billionaires that Christian was talking about, is Robert F. Smith, because she did post him on her IG story. And she also said this.
Who?
Hey guys, I'm looking at all the comments online regarding the bombshell that Christian Keith dropped. He didn't say the names. People are assuming who it is. There's actually 2 people that I know of. And I said this on my show a few shows ago, I think it was last week, when the whole Diddy stuff, we was covering that. I was like, listen, there's a lot of women and men out there who are keeping the secrets of a lot of your faves. And if it ever really came out with what most people have seen, what we've all heard whispers of, the industry would be on his ass. Okay? There's a lot more out there, y'all. There's the biggest of the big. There's the mid-level. There's the entry-level producers and agents and all that.
Oh, child. Once again, let me just say this. Christian did not mention any names. He did not mention any names. So it's not right to assume, but people are speculating and people are talking. And hopefully all of these predators get exposed. Now, I want to move on and talk about this whole mess with Jonathan. Now, the actor Jonathan Majors has taken a huge hit on his career ever since he was
Let me say this. I saw him. This is unrelated, and I'm not correlated to this story whatsoever. Side note. I saw him in Creed 3. Is it 3? On the plane recently. Because I didn't even think to watch the movie. I'm like, I don't care. After I seen the first one, I saw a little bit of the second one. I was like, okay, I'm over it. But I have shit to do on the plane. Watch 3. When I tell you this man, fine. Not his face, but his body. Just perfection. Just the whole movie. I was like, wow. So it's crazy that he done fucked up shit. He done fucked up his career. I don't even know the details of this case, by the way, so I'm sure she's going to shed light.
Accused of putting his hands on his ex-girlfriend, Grace Jabari. He was on his way to great things. He starred in movies like Creed 3 and Ant-Man, and it seemed like his career was going up and up and up until this whole case happened. Now, recently, he was found guilty of 2 out of 4 charges, and the specifics of the charges are very important because he wasn't found guilty of the more serious charges, but he was found guilty of third-degree assault causing physical injury without any intent, and also second-degree harassment. So that was it. He didn't intentionally harm her, nor was he harassing or threatening her. He basically was found guilty for being a little too aggressive while trying to get away from Grace Jabari. That's literally why he was found guilty. Now, the charges are minor, but the effects of it are major. This guilty verdict caused Jonathan to lose his deal with Disney and Marvel, and now he can no longer be a part of the Ant-Man franchise. Whew, that's tough. Now, for those who don't know the details of this case, earlier this year in March, Jonathan and Grace were leaving a Brooklyn party, and things got a little tense between them after Jonathan received a text message from a woman saying, "I wish I was kissing you right now." When Grace saw that text message, she lost her mind. She took his phone, and Jonathan grabbed the phone away from her. And during this tussle, Grace said Jonathan injured her finger in the back of her ear and twisted her arm. But the driver who actually witnessed this said that she was the one who was being more aggressive, not Jonathan. Jonathan was trying to grab his phone and run. And Grace started chasing him, which is crazy because it's like she's accusing this man of harming her and being a danger to her, but she's chasing after him. I mean, what victim do you know chases after somebody they consider to be a threat to them? You don't really know many victims who do that, right? So the situation was very odd. And after she stopped chasing him, you could see her talking with other people, telling them what happened. And Jonathan's defense team brought into question her injuries because she claimed that he hurt her so bad and he broke her finger, but she was using her hands to tie her hair, and from that angle her ear wasn't bleeding. And after that, she was spotted at the club, and you could see that she was using her hand, and this is the hand that she claims was injured. She was stuffing her hand in her purse. She was out there partying. It just seemed like she wasn't in any distress or any pain. And when she was asked about being in pain, she gave an odd answer, saying that sometimes she would feel the pain and sometimes she wouldn't. It just seemed very sketchy. And it kind of made you wonder if she got those injuries from Jonathan or if she got injured after the fact. And that was kind of the angle that Jonathan's defense team used. They tried to cast doubt in Grace's testimony. Also, following the incident, we all know Grace went out and started partying, and then she received a breakup text from Jonathan. Jonathan at this time was staying at a hotel while she went back to his apartment. And from there, she was calling him 32 times. She accused him of infidelity in a text and also threatened to take her life. And when Jonathan came home to his apartment, he did call 911 because she was locked in their bedroom closet, and he thought that she OD'd on sleeping pills. And also her ear and finger were injured, and Jonathan's defense team was basically implying that she inflicted this on herself. But either way, Jonathan did call the police to get help because Grace was out of it completely. Even after all of that, Grace still had Jonathan arrested, and Jonathan responded by filing his own complaint, accusing her of being drunk and hysterical and aggressive towards him. So as you can imagine, this whole situation was a complete mess. And I was a bit surprised that Jonathan was even found guilty in this case. If he had a better lawyer, he could have really gotten off scot-free. But I really think the reason why he was found guilty is because of some of the past incidents between him and Grace. I think when the prosecutors brought up these past disputes, it did affect the way the jury viewed Jonathan. All the prosecutors had to do was make this black man look like he was mean and evil and make Grace out to be the scared little victim. And the jury would sway. They would sway in Grace's favor. And some of the incidents that Grace brought up did actually make Jonathan look kind of bad. She talked about one incident that happened last year in July where she was at a music festival and Jonathan was upset because she wouldn't communicate with him. And he was also upset that she mentioned her ex-boyfriend, so he threw a candle in her direction, causing a dent in the wall. Also, there was another incident that happened months later in September where he tore earphones from her ears and stomped on them. And Grace actually provided text messages of Jonathan pleading with her not to go to the doctor because he was fearful that she wouldn't protect him and he would lose everything. And also, he was claiming that he wanted to end himself and he was calling himself a monster. I mean, it was just crazy, and it did make him look guilty. Also, there was an audio recorded of him scolding Grace because she came home drunk one night, and he was mad because she wasn't carrying herself like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama. That was so unserious to me.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really go ahead? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? Grace has to be in a certain mindset. To support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle.
These are black women. That is so ridiculous. Shut the hell up. Playback played this in that other video I reacted to, but the audio was so goddamn low, child. And Bressa got normal audio, so I want to listen.
Obama. Barack Obama's wife.
I know, I'm not, I shouldn't have gone out. I'm sorry.
Let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my trauma, blah, all that said, right? And let's say I'm a great man. A great man. The woman that supports me, that I support, that needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately.
So this audio...
Not him lecturing her like he her goddamn daddy. Because she came home drunk.
And these different incidents involving Grace and Jonathan just kind of shows you how toxic their relationship was. And I will admit, I don't think Jonathan is all the way there mentally. There's something off about him. Absolutely. I don't know if it's the steroids. I don't know if it's the method acting. He ain't all the way there. And yes, he has some issues with his temper. No, but there's something off about Grace too. I think she's unhinged and she was being aggressive towards Jonathan. And she was even chasing this man in the street. He was running for dear life away from this woman. So you can't tell me that she was in constant fear of her life when she was behaving like this. I mean, she was really doing the most. And she made it seem like Jonathan attacked her unprovoked, when in reality, he was trying to get his phone and leave. She couldn't take the fact that he was texting another girl. And so she decided to bring this man down. I mean, it's really a shame. And I do kind of wonder if all of this was a setup, because I did hear that Jonathan does not have the best reputation in the industry. There have been several people who have come out and exposed him. So it's possible that maybe he pissed off the wrong person and Grace was pretty much used to take him down. I don't know. That's just my whole conspiracy theory. But he lost everything behind this whole case. I mean, he was dropped from Disney and Marvel. I guess he didn't sign the Illuminati contract, so he wasn't able to be spared. But he has been trying to revamp his image. I've seen him walk around with Megan Good. Megan Good has showed up to court and has stood by her man. And this is the type of woman that Jonathan wanted. He wanted a strong woman like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama to stand in his corner and hold him down. And he was able to get Megan Good to be that pillar for him. And it's really a shame that he only sought out a black woman once he was down and out. I mean, when he was at the top of his game, he wasn't looking for a Megan Good. And that's who he should have been with, because it would have been a good look for him. But no, he was out there cuddling up with an unhinged woman who drinks a lot. And this same woman brought him down to his demise. And now he wants to run to a respected black actress to salvage his image. And I think it's unfair. If we're going to be honest, Megan doesn't gain anything from this either. I mean, if anything, she gains public scrutiny because Now people associate her with a man who's accused of being aggressive and having
Right, they gonna be like, you went from a pastor to this. Downgrade, bitch.
bad temper. So it's not really a good look for her in a sense because it doesn't do her any favors. But who knows? Maybe her relationship with Jonathan is real and she might stick it out with him. However, I wouldn't be surprised if a few months down the line I hear about them breaking up because I honestly do think Jonathan ran to Megan for PR. It's very likely that he used her to get support from the black community, particularly black women. And also, if he were to come out on top in this case, his career would have continued to skyrocket and he and Megan would have been a power couple, kind of like Will and Jada, except without the entanglements and the drama. But yeah, they would have been a power couple, but Jonathan did not come out on top in this case. He was found guilty, and even though the charges are minor and he probably won't even go to prison for them, still his reputation was hit in a major way. And I don't think he and Megan are going to last much longer than this, but I could be wrong. We'll see. We shall see if Megan is going to stick around and rehabilitate Jonathan's image. Megan has her
What
work
the
cut
hell
out for
she
her
gonna
though
do?
because
Right.
she's gonna deal with a lot
She
of
can't
scrutiny,
look.
and also Jonathan is a little off. I kind of get the sense that he ain't all the way there. So I just hope that he doesn't take his frustrations out on Megan. I really hope he doesn't. But Megan has to realize that she is taking a risk by giving this relationship a chance. She's putting her own image on the line at this point. So I don't know how much Jonathan's PR team paid her, but honestly, she just needs to end the relationship now because it didn't benefit her in any way. But anyway,
I mean, I'm not gonna go as far as to say what nobody needs to do, who needs to break up with who. Like, I don't like when people make comments like that because we don't know the details of their relationship, the dynamics. We know nothing. So to just be like, you need to leave him, I just feel like, girl, girl. But yeah, I feel like he will have a very difficult time getting good roles. This really puts a smear on his reputation. So that sucks because he was just like getting started and he's a pretty decent actor. So yeah, it's really unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. This is the woman you decided to deal with. As far as Christian Keys, I definitely still believe him. I feel like he is a victim for sure, but I feel like he's kind of playing games at this point. You liking that tweet and not clarifying that it's not Tyler Perry if it's not him, I feel like it's a bit irresponsible because literally everybody, for the most part, feels like it's Tyler Perry. So if it's not him, why wouldn't you announce that? So that the heat can be off of Tyler Perry because he would be innocent if it's not him. So that's kind of fucked up that you're putting all of this dirt on his name. Also, I saw on IG a screenshot of him coming out and saying, oh, y'all would be shook if y'all knew who it was, with like the eye emojis. I was like, what the fuck type of ghetto ass shit is this? Like, it just came across very like gossipy, like, I got the tea. Like, that was the energy it gave. And I'm like, this is weird. Because obviously everybody's not me, so I'm not gonna say that he's wrong for not behaving in a way that I would have, but I do find it just highly suspicious because it's like, you're a victim. Why are you on IG like gossiping with emojis in the comments about y'all gonna trip if y'all find out who it is? Like, you acting like this is a reality show or something. Like, it gave me weird vibes personally. But I wish him the best. I hope he heals or gets whatever he's looking for. But at this point, it's like, just say who it is or stop talking about it and just handle whatever you're going to handle behind the scenes. If you're whatever charges you want to press, if you can, just do that. But leave us out of it. But I feel like he's trying to play a game at this point. Like, y'all gonna be shit when y'all find out. Like, what? Look up the tweet. I'm sure somebody got it. I was hoping Impressive covered it in this vid, but I just thought that was kind of messy. So I am side-eyeing him a little bit. Not about being a victim, but the way that he's handling the situation now. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Let me know what other videos you're going to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!